All right, so I'm not really sure where to start, so I'm just gonna be kind of like messing around, doing a little bit of exploring, journaling. I might do a little bit of, just making weird voices or trying to be more savory or dynamic, or perhaps read some poetry. I do like to write some of that from time to time. Maybe I'll do some painting tutorials. I might just see if I can work with some people about doing some promotional material pretty soon. I used to work with a multimedia production agency when I was in college, and I did do a voiceover for them. I don't think it was the best thing ever. I should have probably done it in a more dynamic voice or been a bit more expressive. Um, I do find that I'm a little bit reserved and sticking to my deep baritones, but I need to, explore into my more dynamic, higher sense of voice. It's not really for me all the time, but I know that that's probably my weakness in all this is that I like to resort to my deep, savory, lovely, eat your heart out kind of stuff. But I mean, you can't be too one dimensional. Not in today's day and age. You got to be able to take work. You got to be able to do what you got to do to make ends meet. And by all means, a guy's got to eat. I am currently out in Oregon, and I love it out here. There's a lot of opportunity. I moved here from Wisconsin. I actually grew up there and got my degree in design and business. So I am trying to explore opportunities out here as well for work. And honestly, it's been a blast, even though I moved here about 2.5 years ago, which is by all means not the best time to move. I mean, I can attest it's been tough, but I did what I had to do. I was kind of a yes man. I had to change my attitude up about what I was willing to do and the amount of effort I had to put in to kind of like survive. Before it was, I was able to just kind of sit back on my heels, kind of let life come to me, and I was, content with that. But now I gotta reach out, kind of like take it. You gotta like, you know, own your life a bit more. It's kind of crazy the way things are these days. You really have to kind of take a stance by who you are nowadays and kind of like, become the person that you've been thinking that you are. We all kind of have this inner image and or vision of who we want to be or the person that we are, but how often do we actually, act that way or have the opportunity to be that person? Well, I gotta say, in the last 2 years, you kind of have to own up, and things have been crazy. I know some people haven't been as lucky. A lot of people have been lost, but those of us that have survived and made things kind of like a personal vendetta to be successful in the face of it all, it says a lot about someone's character for one, and also I gotta say, I feel like I've come out a stronger, better person at the end of it, and I am not going to squander these opportunities the way I did before. I'm kind of tired of letting life come to me. It's not a good habit to get yourself into, and I definitely found myself digging a hole of content until I just got starved and I moved out here, and then things, you know, fell apart very quickly, and I had to survive and figure it out. And thank God I have people who love me, and thank God I was able to survive and get through all of this. I don't think I could have been a survivor if I didn't have my friends and family, the people that you can talk to and let some steam out to and keep your sanity together. The world's an ugly place, but through expression and through each other, we can survive anything. And by all means, the world could always be a better place if we just expressed ourselves a bit more authentically. And I'm here for it. I hope that I can express myself as authentically as possible for you. And I think that that is what will be the most engaging. And I think that people out here are really looking for that, especially authentic, real people with, their whole thing, just their whole life being exposed now. We're out in this digital world where anything and everything about us is totally accessible. So, what's the point in hiding anything anymore? Just be your authentic you all the time. Whether it be digitally behind a screen or whether it be in person, just always be that person. I suppose, if you feel like you can't always be that person in real life, maybe give it a try. We're in a far more accepting culture than we were decades, even just a couple of years ago. Things are changing drastically in the world. I mean, some people are fighting against it, but the overwhelming majority of people are all about pure self-expression in a way that's not harmful to other people, but definitely feels a lot more fulfilling than hiding behind a facade of whatever it is that's most acceptable in society at the time. I'm all for it. Let's be real. Let's be authentic. And I'm going to always try to be authentic, whether it be hiding behind a different voice for a specific role or just, whatever. I'm still going to put in all my heart and joy and be authentically me, pushing myself to, fulfill client needs or, be a certain character or have a certain voice or have a certain dynamic. I want to be something that's, real while also still kind of catering to what people want to hear. I'm still an entertainer in a sense. I still work in a professional degree of service. I love it. I mean, call it serving tables if you want, but I make decent enough money doing it where I am, I'm happy. So, by all means, let's explore our arts, our passions, and let's grow as people. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Dare you to jump in with me.